I've got an exclusive compilation for you on what's coming to Tales of Tanorio this Saturday and as well coming updates. Spring Hunt will continue into part 2 on Saturday. We're definitely getting 2 new reskins, the Konica that we've seen in the sneak peek, and Topia has also confirmed in Discord that male Citron line will also be included. This does raise a few curiosities to me. Will Chickman not get a female line, or is it just not announced yet? And will Cornica's reskin be available to both evolutions, including the Blood Moon Evo? Because if so, I gotta get myself 2 Cornicas. Knowing that, it would be smart for you to start building your Cornica or Citron chains before the update, or you can grind money on brand then to buy spring incenses. Good news though, they are getting a bit of rework on Saturday. We don't know what exactly is going to change, but Topia did share on how they work right now. Most people assume that they are overworld only incenses, but they also buff the grasp. According to Topia, if you do it correctly, you guarantee yourself 1 or 2 spawns in a 50-minute incense. Wow! I'm sorry for laughing, but considering my chains often go around 600, if we do 2 spawns for 15 minutes, that would take me 300 incenses, that will cost 15 million, and it will take 75 hours for just 1 shiny. But let's hope that the update buffs it, because I don't want to spend all that time hunting. A more exciting update is perhaps the missions. The devs have hinted at its testing being pretty much done last Tuesday, and Topia did drop a couple of screenshots in the Discord. We do know that for PvP, players need to accomplish certain missions to unlock certain species for Showdown. I thought that this would be like do the world tasks, like capture 10 Cornicas or kill 30 Drippos. That said, there seems to be more in store for us, because one of the screenshots showed a mission rewarding a Tanocan plus if you capture a shiny. Now, we don't have any information if these missions will rotate, Will there be weekly missions or are they just permanent? But I do love the sound of Tanocan plus as a reward. It's practically a master ball. And along with the mission rewards, we're also going to get Playtime Rewards, which is in the roadmap. In one of these screenshots, it looks like at certain table levels, like level 25, we may be rewarded with items like Unique Max, Stat Up, all those sort of things. Although not visible, I could imagine that we might also be rewarded in rare incenses or even time limited boosts that they were recently pulled by the director. All of these that I've mentioned so far are coming to us on Saturday or very soon after. But there's more that I want to talk about. Most of us have seen the roadmap, so I'll do some predictions on when I think we're getting some of the larger updates. One of the new things is a new weather, which I guess might be Blood Moon, and it would be pretty cool if we get it during the Spring Part 2 hunt, because it would allow us to evolve the reskinned Cornica to the weather exclusive evolution yeah, I'm sorry, I can't say its name. And as we gear with missions, I also expect that we get bug fixes relating to battling before we get PvP. So maybe in 1 week or 2 we'll see like battling bug fixes. And then PvP Showdown would come a week or 2 later, by early to mid-May, which is a month from now. That should give us players enough time to start working on missions to unlock the Tanorians for Showdown before Showdown actually launches. Then, by the end of May, it would be time for an update for non-PvP players, so perhaps that would be the perfect time for friend boosts. An easy way to implement that would be to have friends boost each other's chains, but there is potential for, boosting encounter rates of rare spawns, or maybe even alpha rates, who knows? But whether or not we get alpha boost, I think friend chaining would be peak during fog. I mean, friend races for shiny alphas during fog, that would be very fun. In time for summer, in late June we'll get Makoto City. It's time to hit the beach and encounter fan favorite Tenorians like the Fantasy and Platigant. One interesting thing about Makoto City being cut is that unfortunately it means that some one-stage Tenorians had their evolution cut as well. That suggests that we're gonna get some evolutions with Makoto. Is Baby Drippo gonna get big? And it's not just new Tenorians. You'll be able to battle the third stadium. So, are you gonna get your teams ready to defeat a water type gym? Stadium. In the Makoto update roadmap section, there's also a mention of 4-star Ruptures. Now, in the Discord, Topia mentioned that crack star items that we're getting from Ruptures will soon have an interaction. It could be something that 4-star Ruptures require these items to spawn or to activate or to enhance them, who knows? Only time will tell. In July, then I would expect the swarms and Rupture rotations to be implemented. I think it'd be perfect to already have both friend boosts and 4-star Ruptures in place before introducing these, because they will bring back, friends working together and me trying to go for 4-star Ruptures or whatever that entail. I really have no clue at this point. All those updates would segue perfectly into trading, because I predict that to be around late July or early August. Having 4-star Ruptures, seasonal exclusives, rare items to trade, the player base will be very eager to get their hands on trading. And that would lead to the last major update around the end of August or early September, the Replayability update. One of the major things in this update is related to the museum and a way to restore strange Tenorians. It could be like an infinite or repeatable dungeon, but I don't know. It could also be linked to crafting and the relics mentioned in the roadmap, so there's a lot that, we don't know. So you don't know. And of course, there'll be breeding. I do have some interesting ideas, like I do wonder if alphas and shinies can breed together for a likelihood of a Shalpha. In that case, I do expect the original Tonarians to have limited breeding use, like Temtem's fertility system, to prevent Shalphas from being too farmable. That's kind of what I'm expecting for the updates throughout summer. Again, those are just my personal predictions, and yes, it's been a bit of a longer video than usual, but I would love to hear your thoughts. What is the update you're looking for the most, and what are some of your theories about these cool features? I can't wait to find out what y'all cooking in your brains, for real. Thank you for watching, bye bye!